Hey guys, we're back with some more EZA showcases. Yesterday we did physical Vegito for the global side. Now we are doing something for the JP side, and that is the global first EZA for God Goku. And so God Goku certainly is decent, but I'm not going to call him like game breaking or anything like that. We do have, it's been, you know, when did this guy come out over on global? It's been a while, right? Like, for JP, getting like a unit coming out on global and then getting like a really long time. Yes, he came out on JP. It's July 13th. I don't know when he came out on global, but it's been a few months at this point. I vividly remember being up at university, so it was at least before May. So it's been probably 3 to 4 months. But let's look at what this guy's doing kit wise. We have a pure Hybrid Saiyans lead of 150%. They did not tweak that, as it would just be, I don't want to say too broken, but pure to Hybrid Saiyans key forward and 170 defense would be a really good lead. I mean, it's not a 200% lead, but, you know, beginner player, maybe something like that. You pick up that little green stone if that's still available, and buy this guy, you're looking at something really good. But this guy gets 50% attack and defense on his 12 key super attack, and also lowers enemy attack by 30%. And then we have, let's see, yeah, so it's greatly raises attack and defense if you want to put it that way, and then causes colossal damage and greatly lowers attack. And then on his 18 key, we get the same thing with a greatly raises attack and defense for 5 turns, a mega colossal damage lowering to the enemy, not lowering, but then greatly lowers the enemy defense. And this is for 5 turns on the attack and defense. So that's pretty good. At the start of turn, we get key +2 and attack and defense plus 100%. We get an additional attack plus 50% when performing an 18 key, and then an additional key +1 up to 5, and an additional attack and defense plus 11% up to 55% per pure or Hybrid Saiyan ally on the team. So I think one of the better ways to run this guy would probably be on like the Bond Parent-Child team. Get him on a pure and Hybrid Saiyan team. Maybe not, because Trunks and Vegeta don't fall into either one of those categories, and we don't get that 55% buff. And we get an additional key +3 and defense plus 50%, and a high chance of evading enemy super attack, including super attack, on performing a critical hit for 10 turns from the start of the turn. And this is the best part of the kit right here. I remember this now. This was a meme. Medium chance of evading enemies attack, including super attack, starting from the 11th turn. Now let's think about this. When was the last time you had a unit or a fight really, that goes 11 turns? Like, 11 turns is a lot. That's like a legendary Vegeta event with a bad team. That's Red Zone Broly, where you're intentionally like not doing any damage and trying to stack up your defense as high as you can go. That's just not good. So let me make sure before we hop in to see. So when we look at linking partners for this guy, we'll probably run him next to the Kaioken Blue Goku in an event at some point, or next to the LR Gods, because they share 5 links. Some honorable mention for linking partners would be LR UI Goku and then AGL Transforming Goku. You can get away with running him next to Tech Vegito Blue, STR Gogeta Blue. They share 5 and 4 links respectively. So very good, but this guy, like I said, is not going to be a huge world beater, but let's go ahead and get into some gameplay. Thinking we go into a longer form of events, that way we can kind of get his dodging and get a good partner next to him. So I actually need to throw some skill orbs on him, so we'll decide what we want to do. As you can see, I have him with 1 dupe, so we'll check him out at the 1 dupe level. Okay, here's what I ended up going with. A little bit of crit and a little bit of additional, so we have a little bit of both, and I think this should be just fine for this specific unit. So with that being said, let's go hop into a long event. Okay, so we have our boy God Goku on a Realm of Gods team. We have the Revival of F Gods. Just an excuse to use them, because I think I pulled them on the Yamcha banner, and just haven't had a chance to use them really. So let's go ahead and hop in. You guys can see we will be linking him up with Kaioken Blue Goku, and hopefully we get that right away. And as is tradition, we absolutely do not. Okay, so the idea was I'm going to set up AGL Gogeta Blue with our good buddy Tech Vegito, and then, okay, so I guess what we got to do, of course, because this game just likes being difficult, we have to set this up a little bit. It can, you know, the rule is, right, it can never be easy. That is what's happening here. It can never be easy. So what I want to do is take this guy into a relatively like calm event. But what I also think is that the baby can hit pretty hard in the last phases, and I think that might be kind of like a good balancing act, if you will. for these units. So next to Kaioken Blue Goku, he should look impressive. And unfortunately with Kaioken Blue Goku, we can't get the kind of the ideal setup that we want because of no Universe 7 allies, but that's kind of like the idea. We don't want to like just make it easy for him, but we're going to float off Kaioken Blue Goku so we can put this guy in slot 1. So what we want to do is link him up like that, and we are looking at 200k start of turn defense, and then he does have the chance to evade. This is only 2 links right here, so certainly it can get higher. But like I said, we're setting this up so we don't need to necessarily like he's missing 3 links here, so that's like a key part of his defense. So right here we are getting 6.8 million, which is decent, and this is his 18 key super attack, so we are getting a greatly raises for his attack and defense now for 5 turns. We got a nice crit right there, and he still does have that dodge chance innately, and that is one of the most timeless mechanics in the game. Just being able to dodge in general is always usually nice, just because there's only a few stages in the game that really disable dodge at this point, you know, those being like the last phases of legendary events, and Red Zone Broly are the most notable, and otherwise it's pretty smooth sailing. So who links up better? You do. So let's you've stacked up to 250k, so we'll put you in slot 1, get your 18 key super attack, and then we just kind of want to get the most damage out of the ROF blues that we can while I set up my other rotations. So I believe that this is kind of going to work out pretty well, because now what we're going to see, I probably should have kept him on rotation, so that way we could, what's the word? Nah, it'll work out just fine. I got an idea. No, it's fine. What I'll do is I'll transform the LR Gods, and then they will be linked up with AGL Gogeta Blue. So that'll work out just fine. So 2.14 there, not worried about their damage. So now what we're going to be seeing in the next turn is a more accurate representation of how this Goku is going to look on a 200% with, I want to say it's 5 links active with Kaioken Blue Goku. I just had him up, but let me quickly take a look. We're looking for Legend Reborn, Super Saiyan Goku. Yeah, okay. Nice, that turns over. So now after his easy A, I just want to make sure I have the right link. Yeah, so 5 links, that's perfect. He shares 5 links in 12 categories with this guy. So now what we are going to be looking at, again, I want to put him in his ideal situation. So 5 links are now active, everything except for legendary power, and I want to say that's prepared for battle on this guy. No, it's shattering, not prepared for battle, shattering the limit. Sorry, it was the free-to-play event story of that one. I knew that. 300k defense, no damage reduction, but he does have a medium chance to dodge. I believe this is a high chance to dodge. So and then that innate chance to crit. So what I probably should have done on that second skill orb is went for a little bit more dodge than crit, but that's okay. I think we'll be fine here. This is with 5 links active on a 200%, so this should look much better than the last turn. And we also have Kaioken Blue Goku, unfortunately, is not building up quite at the rate that I would have wanted him to, but that is okay. We don't want to go into Vegeta just yet, so dodge the super, please. He did not. Double digits, but again, so 9.3, that's pretty good. I mean, that's 55 or 69%. That's not bad. For 1 dupe and the chance to crit right there. Very nice. And if that's, yeah, so there you go. There's a dead baby Trunks. Trunks possessed by baby. Okay, so now the big boys are coming out. We got AGL Gogeta, who is going to link up with the LR Gods now. I guess we'll transform him, because why not? Just get them going. I don't really see a need to bring Vegeta out, so we'll just continue to rock out with Goku for now. Let him build up a little more. So yeah, now we have Gogeta in slot 1, 8.2. We're really just keeping him there for his guaranteed crits. That'll work out very nicely. But we shall see. I think one thing to really take note with this God Goku is that certainly he is going to be more impressive than what we saw from Physical Vegito yesterday morning. That was a showcase to end all showcases, right? Where it's just kind of like, yeah, do you really like watching a unit do nothing? And it's like, oh yeah, dies in Super Battle Road. Who would have thought? Okay, so right here, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but now that we have a second unit here, we're up to 400k defense, which isn't terrible, considering he has that dodge chance. But now we also have, the ability to activate legendary power here. So this is going to make him look even better. I would expect it. I don't know if we're going to go north of 10 million, but 10 million is now in the playing cards. Honestly, we might go over 10 million. I'm thinking 10.8 would probably be my guess. 10.3, very close. So we basically went up a million with legendary power being active, which is really good. So 10.3 here, and we still have that chance to crit because this is a, we're not to turn, okay, this isn't turn 10 yet. So now this is going to be a good test. Type disadvantage, dodges the super. That is a timeless mechanic. I'm going to say it again. If you're dodging type disadvantage supers, you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's what I brought you on the team to do. Okay, and why we also did this Infinite Dragon Ball History stage is because A, it doesn't hit like a red zone boss, but B, it also will give us a good indicator for kind of like a... It's not just like, a kiddie event, right? Like the baby can hit pretty hard in the next couple phases. So now what we'll do is we'll just kind of keep Gogeta Blue where he's at. It's just the way this kind of has been working out. I don't want to use that active skill right here. We could probably just use that to end the event, like after we see a turn of him against the boss. I think that'll be kind of like a good benchmark. Just for like a quick showcase to see what he can do. We're seeing, 10, like basically like 10 million. We're camping around anywhere from 8 to 10 with this, all these links active. But the big issue for me that I've seen so far is that he does not, okay, yeah, of course he gets locked right there. So now we bring out Vegeta because he's more defensive. And that'll help us out. But now, of course, he's going to get floated off, and I have no choice. I should have brought a Senzu Bean. I kind of forgot that this baby locks. But what we'll be able to do is hopefully see one more turn on this one. So I'll take the next turn like mega slow. We'll go for like 12 key super attacks and stuff like that, just to make sure that we can maybe get see another turn of him without his links. So I guess maybe a good indicator would also be like, how does he look when the links are not in his favor against a harder boss? But like you guys are seeing, like 10 million attack stats when 6 links are active, which is not bad at all for a 69% LR EZA. I mean, like I said from yesterday's video, we were looking at a unit that was putting up, a solid 1.7 turn 1. So certainly we'll take that. Maybe this team is a little too powerful for what we're doing here. Yeah, probably. Maybe what I'll do is I'll give you, okay, so here's what we'll do. Let's just kind of quickly get out of this, because there's just like, I don't think I can pull any strings to get out of this, with seeing God Goku again. So it's like, it's either we lose or we win on this turn, basically. It's really no in between. What we'll do is we'll quickly go into, I guess we'll take him into, it's like, I could go into Pure Saiyan ESBR, but like, with the thing with Pure Saiyan ESBR is it's like, I don't know if that's a great benchmark. Like they hit really hard in there, like really hard. So it's like, I don't know. Maybe Realm of Gods. Maybe we just take this exact team and we go into Realm of Gods ESBR. I don't know. What, like, because I'm just trying to think of like what's like the most practical usage for this character in the game, right? Because it's like, this is not a solo Red Zone Omega character. This is not a solo Red Zone Broly type of unit. Like, you can't even really bring this guy into Red Zone Broly because his dodge is disabled, and that's his whole defensive gimmick. So it's like, there's so many different things that you could do. I think what we'll do, just for the sake of this video, I don't even really need to cut for this because we can just run right to it, is we'll go into Realm of Gods ESBR, and we'll just kind of like quickly rebuild the team. But like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I see a lot of things that I like with this unit, but I also see a lot of things that I don't like. And some of the things that I don't like kind of outweigh the practicality, if you will. Because it's like, you see, what's it called? Like the 10 million attack stats and stuff like that, but there's also that off chance that you see, what's the word? That, like, his defensive gimmick is like he has a disableable, defensive gimmick, and that is really frustrating. So we'll quickly do a couple turns here. We'll just run through, ESBR. This shouldn't be hard at all. We take a bad super, we lose, but where are them? Yeah, so the most attacks are in slot 2. So I think that'll probably be like the most accurate representation of what we'll be seeing. We have 4 links right here, so that'll be just fine. So one thing that another praise I can also sing about this guy is that he has his key is not an issue. That has been well documented at this point. That I'm pretty impressed with just the way that his key has looked throughout this run. So that is good. And then 7.5 right there with 4 links active. And now the real test is like, how well is he going to dodge? That's kind of like what I want to see. And then if he is going to take a hit, yeah, how much is this going to do, right? Yeah, so dodge that, and then this is type advantage. Yeah, so pretty good. Double digits right there, no items active. The 200% is good, but Ramagod's ESPR might be a little too easy. Not sure. So, all in all, I think as I'm just gonna, we're not gonna finish this just because like you guys get the idea, right? He is what's the word? Utility is there. The way he's going to age, I think will be fine. He is, I guess, kind of like the final thoughts, right? Key is phenomenal. I think when a unit, I think that's a really underrated aspect of how we evaluate a unit in this game now, is their key, right? When a unit is self-sustaining, can get their 18 key, and they have such good effects on their 18 key, and it's super easy to get to them. I think that that's really important for how a unit's going to age, because you see a unit like Ultimate Gohan, the LR, right? And it's like how you can never get key for him, and you're always like, because that's literally what's holding him back from being like a Z tier unit. And when this guy is just consistently always getting 17 key basically at the start of the turn, I think that that's really important. So I think if we wanted to kind of do like a scale offensively, I like his the numbers that he's putting up. Defensively, I like his gimmicks, but the numbers leave a little bit to be desired. The highest we saw in this video without like mega support was 400k. Gimmicks though, really good. Chance to dodge, 50% chance to dodge is basically kind of like where you'd want a dodging unit to be. 70% to 100% would be nice, but obviously you can't really rely on that being consistent. So it's just kind of one of those things, right? So let's avoid the super right here. So this is what I was talking about. Like, so right here, this is where you do lose a little bit, just because I just think we got unlucky with the orb spread, because like if you need 3 orbs to get your 18 key, that's good, because that's 3 orbs is usually pretty attainable. So we'll look at one more turn. This time we'll do one where he has the 17 key, and then just don't. Of course, he's gonna crit, and it's gonna be a one shot, isn't he? Isn't it? Come on. No, it's not a one shot. Okay, so 4.2. There we go. So now we saw every animation in the video. So that's the closing thoughts. LR God Goku Easy A. If you've been playing Global, I'm sure you have more thoughts on him than I do. This has been my first time using him, so let's back out of this event, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.